What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy and I'm going to be doing my review for the 1942 movie Saludos Amigos. So, this movie is kind of made as like a documentary with animated segments thrown in. This is the first of the wartime era package films that came out during the 40s that Disney did. And in this one, the Disney animators go to visit South America, and the movie consists of 4 different animated shorts with little bits of live action in between each segment, like them just showing little areas where they got to film and stuff when they were visiting South America. And the first short, like Titicaca, follows American tourist Donald Duck as he's visiting Lake Titicaca, and it's in Peru, and he's like meets some of the locals and interacts with them, and meets this llama that gets them in trouble when they're trying to cross this big bridge. This one is an alright segment. It's probably my least favorite out of the segments, to be honest. It's not very long. This one's only like 5 minutes long, so it's not a very long one, and it's just not one of the best ones out of the segments. It has its moments. It has some funny moments with Donald Duck, of course, but it just isn't one of my most favorites. And then the next one is the next segment is Pedro, which follows a young plane named Pedro who goes on his first mission from his home in Santiago to Mendoza to retrieve a postcard, which is the only mail that he had to bring back. And this one's a pretty good short too. It almost had a little dark ending. You think it's about to end really dark, but then it has a little happy ending. But this is another one that's a pretty good one. It's probably under 10 minutes, probably around 7 or 8 minutes long. It's not very long, but it's a nice little short, not anything super special, but it's nice, and it's probably my favorite one out of these 4 shorts. Out of the package movies, this is one of my least favorites out of the package movies, because it just doesn't have the best of the shorts and stuff. The next one is El Gato Goofy, which is, in this one, Goofy is plucked right from his home by the narrator of the story and taken to the Argentinian Pampas to learn the way of the native gaucho. And this is a pretty interesting little short. If you're familiar with Goofy shorts, you know they kind of have how-to animated shorts with him and stuff back in the day and stuff, and this is kind of like one of those. So it's pretty fun. If you like Goofy, it's alright and everything. And Goofy is actually my favorite out of the big 3 Disney characters, Mickey, Donald, and Goofy. I've always preferred Goofy and everything, and I like this segment, but it's not as good as the Pedro one. I personally think the Pedro one is the standout segment of this movie. And then the next one is Aquarela do Brasil. I probably butchered the name of that one. I'm sorry if I did. But this one follows Donald Duck as he's being shown around by the parrot Jose Carioca, and they go have a drink of Cachara, and he introduces him to the samba with different tunes and stuff. And this is a fun little segment too. It kind of feels like it was a little too fast paced, though, like they kind of were rushing this segment and everything. I think it could have been strung out just a little bit longer and everything, but this movie is only 42 minutes. It's the shortest movie that Disney Animation Studios has made so far, but it's an okay movie. It's not one of my most favorites. Like I said, these package films, some of them I absolutely love, because unlike a lot of people from my generation, I actually did grow up with a lot of them, because I had them on VHS and watched a lot of them on VHS. But this is one of the package movies that I didn't actually see until I was an adult. In fact, it was out of all the old Disney movies, this was probably the last one I saw for the first time just a couple years ago. And I'm not like a super fan of this movie. I think it's okay for what it is, but it's nothing super great. It's just a product of its time. It's one of those package movies from the 40s. It's nothing special. Like I said, none of the shorts really landed very well, except for Pedro. It's the only one that I really enjoyed quite a bit, and even that one, it's not something I have to rewatch all the time or anything. This is just one of those. This isn't going to be one of those Disney movies that I want to revisit unless I'm just watching all the Disney movies. That's usually the only time I ever revisit this one. So I'd say I'd give Saludos Amigos a 7 out of 10. It's enjoyable and everything, and it flies by. It's only 42 minutes, so the runtime flies by really quickly and doesn't overstay its welcome and stuff. But I do kind of wish it could have been a little bit longer, like its sequel, The Three Caballeros, which I'll be reviewing that next week. I think that movie was done a lot better and everything, but it had a much bigger budget than this one. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of Saludos Amigos, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.